right. Hello, all of you wonderful people. It is your boy Rylionn, and joining me tonight is the great Primus Multus himself. And hosting us tonight is a magnificent Wookiee Monster. Thank you to both of you for being here tonight. Are you excited for tonight's matchup?
As always, especially excited since
Yeah.
I don't think either of these teams have been casted just yet. So pretty much all the viewers are going to be seeing them fresh for the first time. So really can't ask for much else. Halfway through the season, we want to cast
Absolutely.
as many games as we can, but when you finally get that one, typically teams like to play their best when they're on the screen. So I'm
That's true.
excited.
That's true. Definitely going from the spotlight now, into the next split. And I thought you were going to be a part of the split, but then you were like, no, I'm just going to stick to casting this season. So,
I
it
don't
is
know.
a.
Matcha's trying to get me to play.
Okay, so we might see a little bit of Primus in this split.
It's
Hopefully, you never
possible.
know. Get a
Possible.
little bit of celebrity action there, Sub me
I
in,
only play
coach.
Nautilus.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So if you are against Primus, either ban as Nautilus or just get prepared for it. That's pretty much it. I remember that. Yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun. But tonight's matchup is why we are here. It is going to be Team EBK versus Donkey Punch. Two very opposite sides of the spectrum right now on the standings, but two really competitive teams. I'm very excited for tonight's matchup. Like you said earlier, before the show began, that you
Mhm.
were really looking forward to Donkey Punch, taking us
Right.
all the way home throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the stream, but if you have the ability to go and look up their logo because it is both
I
terrifying and just hilarious at the same time. They create
yeah.
their own logo and it's kind of terrifying. I'm not gonna lie, but just a name like Donkey Punch. Plus, they're second place in the league right now, and we haven't seen a lot of EBK. Their week 3 game isn't gonna be played until Sunday, so we really haven't
True.
seen much of them at all. So
Very
just
true.
based off of current standings and play, I think Donkey Punch is gonna at least 2-1 this series. So
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see Donkey Punch taking it overall, but I really like a good, underdog story. And yesterday, during the VCL, we had a little bit of an underdog story as well. Team Ermine's 2-0'd Team Cosmic Remix. If you didn't check it yesterday live, you could definitely go check it out on one of our VODs or on our YouTube channel. So definitely take a look if you did not see it yesterday. But it was crazy. Ermine's absolutely just wombo comboed it. I hope to see a lot of the same gameplay here tonight. From
right.
these two teams. I think the lower elo teams, and I consider this the lower elo. I know a lot of these people are in plat, as you clearly see here, but a lot of
Yeah.
these like gold members, and silver members can really learn a lot from looking at the plat games. I do whenever I'm
Mhm.
casting them, so it's like a different perspective. But how do you feel? You were rooting for Donkey Punch, so like, how are you feeling? Like, what kind of wombo combo they going with?
I think it's really gonna be determined by this first draft. They kind of play all over the place in terms of champion picks. They're
Okay.
probably going to play a little bit more around Carbon. He is, I
Okay.
think, the best player on their team. So I think they're probably going to pick like a safe, like weak side bot, and then play jungle on top towards Carbon. Unless they, want to put him on, a safe tank, but I don't think that's really their play style. So, at
Okay.
least what I've heard. But
Hmm.
like I said, haven't seen a lot of them yet, so I don't want to say too much. Let them correct me in chat. Like, no, we don't play like that. What do you mean?
Well,
So
let them go ahead and correct us live here. So we just went ahead and began
exactly.
the draft. Akali is going to be the first one banned out from the side of EBK. Donkey Punch is going to go ahead and counter that with it looks like Vayne. Yeah, so I mean Vayne can either be played in the top lane or ADC right now, obviously. So I can definitely see them, like you said, kind of targeting Carbon there. Or do you expect the side of EBK to go maybe, or Donkey Punch to maybe a little bit more tankier? So they want to get rid of that option of, and it looks like Vigar. Okay. So
Yeah,
they
I believe that's been
definitely.
played by both teams, and
Absolutely.
Vayne obviously been played by EBK, and I think one of their only wins of the split. So, standard bans, as we expected so far. Just kind of what we've seen them play. So they're just going off of comfort. Get that out of here.
Right.
One of my most hated supports, Morgana. I like playing the Leona Nautilus. Those aggressive supports, and Morgana just makes your life hell. So I'm very okay with getting
Yeah.
that out of there. Um,
Ooh, okay. So
Blending the
we see
bits
it.
as well. So we're actually seeing two support bands from either
True.
side. So actually a good mix. It's not like we're not really seeing any one person getting banned out. It's just kind of all over the place, just getting as
Wow.
many comfort picks as they can out. But Victor Rise, possibly. I mean, not really seeing top Rise anymore. Nowadays, it's really mid
He's mid
Rise.
lane,
So
yeah.
that's most likely going to be Victor into Rise.
Ah.
That's going to be a fun matchup. And now, look, possibly a Jinx into Jin.
Oh
Both
yeah.
really strong 80 carries right now. Um, and both, I mean, I would say Jin skills a little bit more than Jinx, but I think Jinx, especially mid game, is a little bit stronger. So
Yeah, that
really good
mid
picks from both sides.
that's true. I definitely agree. You know, EBK locking down the Jinx, super hyper carry right now. Definitely alpha tier, S tier, ADC pick. Jin is another one of those that we either saw as pick or ban yesterday in the Plat League, and you know, so on and so forth. Just in everyday life, it's either pick or ban Jin. Same
Yeah,
thing with
and
Jinx
Ornn
right
was
now.
actually played by EBK. I believe it was Blingo is their top laner. He
Okay.
actually played it in the one they steamrolled Rogue Upset. I believe they 2-0'd, I think. It was either 2-0 2-1, but they steamrolled one game where it was like 30-3, and they played that Ornn very well. I don't know if he died that game, or maybe he died once, but um, obviously a comfort pick for him. So took out the Shin, but going to play the Ornn instead. So obviously he's very comfortable on these tanks. So
And it was a 2-0. You're right. 2-0 over Rogue upsets with the
right,
Orange play, I believe. So they did go ahead. They don't want the Lulu with the Jinx. That's definitely not a wombo that you want there. And
no
the
thank
Nami
you.
too. So they really targeted the bot lane here in this first you know, best of 3 series. The Nami, the Lulu, and the Blitzcrank. They probably figured that Jinx was going to be picked. I mean, like we said, she's definitely S tier right now. You
Mm,
know, between the Runins, her rockets, like once you get those two items, and then you have your mythic, whether it's Gale Force, Kraken, or Mortal Shield Bow, depending on the situation. She is just stupid strong at that point. Jin has the early advantage before mythic and before that second item of just being way stronger than
right.
Jinx, just flat AD. And they have the definitely the capabilities of locking down the point and click Karma stun, follow up with the Jin W. And
Oh,
now
the
Kled.
Kled. I
Yeah.
like it. We feel like we don't see enough Kled like ever in
No,
LCS or
not enough.
even in ranked. Just such a fun champion. He's just such a I wouldn't say like a troll pick, but he's just something like a
Ooh.
troll champion just in terms of like his voice lines are just so funny. I just love Clyde as a champion.
Wow.
You know, as a previous top main, you know, he can get annoying and he does surprisingly more damage than you expect him to, but not really any frontline coming from Donkey Punch. They really are just going full damage. I mean, you know, kind of a bruiser from Cled, whereas you know from the side of EBK, we have a Sejuani Ornn and then an enchanter support. So they're going for the 5 vs 5. They're going for the team fight. Donkey Punch, kind of not sure about their picks. I mean, I think they're strong laners. I don't know about the team fight
Yeah,
for the side of Donkey Punch,
I
which
was
I
gonna
think
say
is
the
really going to
same
come down to
thing.
laning phase.
Yeah, if Jin can get super far ahead early, then that's really going to carry him. But once these tanks get later in the game, Ornn and Sejuani, he does not provide enough damage over time in order to go ahead and just take care of these tanks. Like Ornn has all the CC, he has multiple knockups, he has the Ornn Horn, he has the Brittle, plus he can go ahead and make those extra items as well, the enchanted items for Jinx and the rest of his crew. Victor's going to be stupid strong late game, so early, once again, if they can capitalize, Echo, Jin, Rise, like that is a very strong group of individuals that if they can get ahead early, they can snowball and just take over the entire game. So early game, I'm going with Donkey Punch. Late game, I'm going with EBK. But we do have predictions live for all of you wonderful people there that are watching. So definitely share who you all think is going to win game number 1 here. Definitely drop your channel points. And also, not to mention, we can also see a few already people have already started donating. I forgot to mention that we have our summer stream um, hot tub challenge where myself and Wookie will be doing a hot tub stream here locally. So definitely drop your points in that. I'm supposed to promote that and drop points myself, so I'll do that. But yeah, who are you taking for game number 1 here overall?
Oh, I did talk really hyped about Donkey Punch, so I think I'm just gonna have to at least you know commit to my first initial guess. But I think EBK won the draft,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Um, So I'm gonna send a few points over to Donkey Punch because I can't like not commit to my prediction
Mm,
before the draft. Might as well for the first game. You know, at least give them the first game. See. Not putting as many gaps, but for the Twitch predictions, I'm putting Donkey Punch just to put my money where my mouth is. But I think EBK won this draft,
okay,
for sure.
that's fair.
So I think for Donkey Punch to win, they're gonna have to play the laning phase very well and get some picks and get a lot of kills on this Rise and uh, Jin. Echo's probably gonna gank as much as he can, but I
Right.
think it's really gonna come down to the laners. But I mean, late game EBK, I think EBK has it. So unless
Okay.
it's a 25-minute or 28-minute win, I think EBK, as long as they play safe and play S5, they win the game.
Yeah, and I was looking at chat here, and we do have a few questionable, like some people are questioning the Sona pick overall, just fitting in with the side of EBK, and that's kind of also my point of yielding as well.
Hmm.
I think Sona is just kind of a very odd pick to follow with Jinx, because yeah, she has that sustain, but she's like really squishy, and the amount of lockdown potential that they have on the side of Donkey Punch, it's too great. It you come around once, you make them burn their flash. Very easy gank again because you have the point and click stun from Karma. Plus, you have the
Right.
long range stun coming in from Echo. If you're not able to navigate out of it, which both are not very mobile champions. I know Sona has a speed up, but you know, pre-level like 7, it's really not that effective. You get a little bit, but you need boots overall. So I don't know. It's going to be very difficult, but if they can get to that later game, then yeah, EBK. But Donkey Punch, we've seen so far through this split that they are a really, really good, well organized team, and they know how to communicate. They've shown it time and time again. That's the reason why they're number 2 on the standings right now, and they're looking to just
Right.
keep on climbing. So it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a really good game, and I hope to get to a game 3 as well. I mean, like you said, draft wise, I'm with EBK on this because later game, this just makes more sense. But Donkey Punch is just really, really strong. So let's just see who overcomes.
Yeah, and there's not even a lot of poke from the side of Donkey Punch to like get these tanks lower. I mean, Rise, can spam smash his head on the keyboard, but the range isn't that long on a lot of his abilities.
Right.
So it's really going to come from this bottom lane,
Okay.
which Jin isn't really known to have a lot of poke either. He has his
Right.
W and he can throw a couple bombs, but the bouncy bombs. But outside of that, like it's really just going to be karma keys. So I think they're really just going to have to get picks rather than poke down the team.
Yeah.
Outside of laning phase. Laning phase, I think Jin Karma wins no matter what. I think it'll be crazy if Jin Karma loses this, and especially since Sejuani not really the best ganker early. I mean, because it's not like they have a lot of CC for Jinx Sona. I mean, they don't have any hard CC outside of Chompers, so they're not really going to lock down this Jin Karma at all early game for ganks. So I think it's really going to come down to can they just sustain and farm it out and
Yeah.
just survive to late game. I think that's really what EBK is going to try and do.
I think it's unfortunate that the side of EBK has to play a very non-aggro playstyle, into a Jin Karma, like into the remainder of this team that is Donkey Punch. So that is kind of unfortunate if that's what you're used to. But with Sona, and I don't think that Sona Jinx is strong enough to either out sustain and out damage Jin Karma. The shields are
Nah.
too good on Karma. The lockdown, the AoE from Karma is too good. Jin with his own lockdown, that is a very, very strong duo.
And if Shroud Abuser plays it right, he can get a good rise ult behind Jinx Sun if they push too far. So I think they really need to pay attention to is Rise in lane, and if not, where did he go?
Yeah,
Because at 6, it's not a full global ultimate. It's not like let's say like Shin,
Nocturne or yeah,
yeah,
it's not
Nocturne,
Shen, true.
yeah, it's not as long as I think it used to be a little bit longer, but they do have to keep in mind where is the Rise, because if they're playing for laning, get their laners fed, then uh, Donkey Punch is one going to have him roam, especially when you're just into a Victor who's just going to either try and push the lane and poke you out or just play safe and just farm it out. He's not really going to go for much early.
That is
But
true.
yeah, I mean, it's really going to come down to the play. I like EBK's draft, but I think um, they have to play for the late game.
Yep.
I do have to give a quick shout out to my girl Shelby, who's here to roast the crap out of me. She's from my D&D group. Just here to make my life hell. So shout out to her.
Yes, very much so. But we're actually going to go to a quick break here before game number 1 begins. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere. Alright, hello, and welcome back to game number 1 of this series between EBK and Donkey Punch. Once again, EBK is going to be on blue side starting off, Donkey Punch is on red side. And it looks like we do have the traditional 5-point start coming in from both teams, so no, little invades, no action starting off. Both want to play very safe, and I can't blame them for the standings, that both positions are in. Like I said, Donkey Punch tied for second place, really hoping to get ahead here because counter target spells, actually it's their bye week, so if they are able to 2-0 here, they would actually be ahead in the standings. And then meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, EBK trying to climb up in the standings as they are falling pretty roughly behind, but they do have 2 games this week, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, and Ryan, I don't think we talked about who's actually playing today. So actually on Donkey Punch, we got Carbon, Tamara, and playing Kled, Little Phoenix in the jungle playing Echo, Strata Beezer playing Rise in the mid lane, 2 clones, 1 box, playing Jin, and Psycho 40 playing Karma in the bot lane. But for the side of EBK, we have Blinko, DX playing Orin in the top, Russian Serpent playing Sejuani in the jungle, African Expert in the mid lane, and Dr. Deepfinger and Winnie's Janitor playing the bot lane. So those are our champions for today. No crazy level 1 shenanigans, which we love, but it's the first game. Not too worried about it.
Yeah, no, definitely not worried at all. It is quite just... I love the names that we have for this series, definitely. They're very, very creative, 100%. Wendy's Janitor, I think, is probably one of my favorites, so I'm not gonna lie. That's very clever.
I don't know. I kind of like the 2 clones, 1 box, because I'm sure in another life he was a Shaco jungle main. So that's probably the perfect username for that. But the early level 2 from the EBK bot lane, able to actually win out in that first trade. Getting to level 2 first, and Sona level 2, over Karma's actually able to do a lot more. So gonna win out there, but they have pots, they have heals. They're not too worried about it, so they're just gonna readjust. But Jinx with a little bit of an early lead in the bot lane.
Absolutely. I mean, we kind of expected this. We called this from the beginning. Jinx was going to be able to clear, a lot quicker. Jhin only has his 4 shots, things like that. So it is going to be a little bit more difficult for them to go ahead and push out these waves comparative to the Jinx, who can always be applying that pressure, especially, once again, when she hits that Runin's Hurricane item as well. But Psycho doing a good job of, at least trying to keep them at bay with the Karma Qs, the Entrant... or the mantra Qs, mantra shields, but there's only so much that you could do because of those pesky cooldowns. So yeah, you do get your ultimate at level 1, but you gotta figure out which ones to capitalize on first here. And being a support player yourself, I mean, how do you feel, just about the current meta? Like, I feel like tanks are kind of being pushed out, and it is about casters right now. I see a lot of, Brands, Zarets, Karmas, how do you feel about the current state of the bot lane?
Yeah, and we've been seeing it in both the support and mid lane role. Just a lot of enchanters everywhere. We saw a lot of enchanters mid. Fudge playing the good old Soraka and Ivern. But enchanters are really strong in support as well, because we've been seeing a lot of that. And even in the itemization and just like the team play, is the need for enchanters and like playing like carry junglers has become sort of meta. We haven't really been seeing as many tanks in general. The Orin Sejuani is probably the only tanks we'll see in a lot of matchups, and maybe like a Shin as well. But we're seeing a lot more carry top and junglers, and to keep those carry top and junglers alive, you really want an enchanter on your team. So that's why we're seeing the Karma, the Sona, the Lulu. So I mean, I love to see it. I hate tank metas. It just reminds me of season 3. Like, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I just hate tanks in general. Just give me the ball out, the tons of damage champions.
Nah, I love tanks. They're definitely some of my go-tos for the bot lane here. But Blingo doing a great job just, you know, trading with Carbon in the top side there. I mean, Kled, he does have Snarl, or Scarl, I apologize, you know, as a little bit of a backup. But, I mean, Ornn doesn't have to leave lane to buy any items at all. So that's like one of the big advantages of just being an Ornn player overall. And, you know, he is also has a tankiness factor about him. And, you know, part of Kled's kit is to draw him in close so that way he can get his combos off, but that's the exact opposite of what you want to do when you're fighting an Ornn. So, you know, it's proven to be a little bit difficult, but, you know, farming out, you know, wise, Carbon's doing a really good job of keeping up. But meanwhile, in bot lane, it's a little bit of a different story because Dr. Deepfinger is right now doing a little bit of a number. Little Phoenix actually looking to get a gank here on the Blinko. Very nice. The stun's going to go ahead and go off. Forces the flash. Excellent move from Little Phoenix there, supporting Carbon. And meanwhile, on bot lane, we have Psych out, and a 3v2 here. Clones versus 2 clones, 1 box. Forced to flash over the wall. Very nice. The Sejuani stun does go off. Oh man, I think that cleanse was a little bit of just a nervous cleanse. Like maybe he thought that Sejuani was gonna jump over, or maybe he thought he had heal. I'm not sure, but that's one of the big reasons why it's like I kind of don't go cleanse. You could buy a Quicksilver for that, but I always go my traditional heal and blue to take advantage of the chaos and take the very first dragon, the Ocean Drake. And the second one here is going to be a Mountain Drake. Very nice move from the side of EBK, starting that off. Still deathless, though, as we go into the 7th minute of this game. I mean, are you kind of shocked at that? Is that a little bit surprising?
I mean, I kind of saw that was going to happen after Jhin had to burn 3 pots after that very first bot engage. You know, they didn't get the level 2. They pretty much lost all priority after that, because he went boots pots, and then he burned 3 out of his 4 pots, and after the very first trade, you know, a minute into laning phase. So pretty much lost all priority bot, and when you lose priority bot, you lose dragon. So it was kind of just expected. I mean, there's only so much Echo can do in that case.
Right.
And Sejuani's also just beating him in camps at the moment as well. 44 to 30 CS.
Oh.
Like,
wow, great look by Psychout, though, getting a stun. Nice combo off onto Wendy's Janitor there. And back to the top lane we go. Brittle's going to go ahead and pop off on a Carbon there. Blingo's doing what he can, but he's going to go ahead and navigate out of the damage, and definitely the trade going on over in favor of Blingo. But Carbon said, I ain't done with you yet. Get back over here, and he's just gonna poke at him for fun. Oh, actually, Ultimate's gonna go off by Blingo here. He is gonna land it. Does get it off, and first blood on over to Carbon. Very nice move. I mean, I thought we were gonna see an Ornn or some kind of reaction, but didn't have the flash, didn't have the dash, and unfortunately he fell. First blood on over.
Yeah, I don't think the Ornn would have saved him. I was, and the funny thing is, I was just gonna say, like, I would have preferred like a little bit of a better like matchup for the Kled. But I mean, also as soon as you get the Phage, Kled becomes like a different champion, so you know, I kind of forgot about that. But I would maybe like even like an Aatrox or a Trundle would have been good into this matchup. But I think Kled's also going to be really good because we got to think about mid to late game, like what are the win conditions for Donkey Punch, and it's going to be a lot of picks, you know, because they're going to have to get through this front line that is EBK, the Sejuani Ornn. And what better way to get picks than a Kled coming from, you know, the side going, you know, hella fast and grabbing Deepfinger and just slapping him around. So I think they have it. You know, they can look for some flanks with Stride Abuser on the rise as well. But I mean, what are you thinking right now for the mid game, Rylionn?
Mid game, I mean, it could really go either way. But hold on one moment. Psychout doing a nice engage here on to Wendy's Janitor, and Dr. Deepfinger with the Super Ultra Mega Death Rocket coming from below. 2 clones, 1 box, gets the double kill. Very nice. Dr. Deepfinger does that, and EBK is going to go ahead and take advantage now, or take the lead, I apologize, by about 1k. Meanwhile, Afghan Expert getting poked down quite heavily in that exchange with Shroud there in the mid lane. And they did also, while that chaos was brewing, make their way on over to the Rift Herald pit, but it doesn't matter. The Serpent's going to get taken down by Little Phoenix here. Shroud Roser and Carbon both making the way. Blingo forcing a run for his life. Oh, very nice teleport from Shroud to get him on the big safety, but to no avail. Shroud Abuser is going to go ahead and take him down. Very nice moves in securing the kill for the side of Donkey Punch. I mean, that's the communication I was talking about earlier. Yeah, they're down a little bit still in gold overall, but I mean, they were just down in kills, and then 2 seconds later, right back up in it. So they know how to take advantage of the chaos. I love that.
Yeah, and I think African should have been in that fight. I mean, Shroud went in. You know, as we say that, they're gonna try and do something. Just kidding.
Nah.
Lil Phoenix is gonna, you know, pop in, say hi. But both mid laners, or one mid laner was there, one mid laner was not, and that obviously showed the difference. Maybe should have, you know, African could have at least attempted to walk towards the river, but opted to just stay mid instead. You know, 2 for 1 or 2 for 0, excuse me, for the side of Donkey Punch. Which I mean,
Oh, here we go.
that's what's gonna happen when you play Rise. You're gonna roam. You're gonna want to be not in mid lane.
Mid lane though. He is gonna go ahead and dash forward. Dives underneath tower. Very nice. Ulti is gonna go off. Carbon trying to do what he can. Does pick up the kill. Very nice. African Expert unfortunately not able to do anything. Did burn the ulti along with the flash, but Carbon just does too much damage. Like you said, that Phage. Now he has the pickaxe, so he has that movement speed bonus passive through the Phage. Has the boots as well, plus he has the Scarl, so he's able to go ahead and deflect the damage from tower. Very effective tower diver. That is, you're right, that is going to be a huge problem, and it's proving to be as such. He just finished his Hull Breaker now, and he's making his way back to lane, even though he's been gone for like, at least like 3 or 4 minutes.
He's doing work. He's busy.
He's doing work. Oh, very nice. Current call falling from afar. Wendy's Janitor might be getting picked off. The 4th shot does miss, unfortunately. The traps are going to go down. Very nice. Ulti comes in from Sona. Misses the super ultra mega death bucket, unfortunately, but does get picked up from Psych out from afar. Very nice move. But Root does go to the Russian Serpent. Does flash forward, but does
fall. Oh, the flash!
2 clones, unfortunately. Dr. Digfinger does nice little fancy move there, but that was a 2 for 1 trade, and they are making their way on over to the Mountain Dragon, which is available. African Expert trying to do a little bit of poking, but I think he should just go back to mid, yeah, just to go ahead and start pushing that. Or, okay, I thought he was going to go teleport to top lane or something, but
Serpent's dead. Lil Phoenix is going to probably show up just in time to smite, so second dragon going over to Donkey Punch, I'm assuming, unless...
Yeah, they're not taking it.
Crazy steal. They have the vision, they have the control, so I mean, I don't see a world where they don't take it.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Uh-oh, here we go. Very nice. Shot Abuser catching out Wendy's Janitor. Pops Everfrost. Misses the little wombo combo there. African Expert, though. He's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate. Does get to safety. Oh, but Lil Phoenix is going to go ahead and engage. Gets the stun off, and ulti's back over the wall. So 2 ultis just to get to safety. Shot Abuser and Lil Phoenix. Well, they're going to be down for the next about minute and a half here for both of them, roughly.
Yeah, now Carbon's got Hullbreaker and is 2 levels up. So this Ornn is going to be struggling. Actually, both first items done for our side laners.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me. Ooh, but yeah, both solo laners for Donkey Punch have completed their first item. EBK, not so much. Let's see how much work this Rift Herald can get for them in terms of gold.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it was put a little bit too far. There we go. It'll just got off. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
It was close. You know, a minute before plates go down, they barely got it.
Carbon looking to take the first tower right here. Yeah, he is disregarding Blingo just completely, abusing him underneath his own tower, and does pick up the tower. Very nice.
I think he sees Blingo as an NPC, and he's just not even worried.
He's like, is that Grob? Get away from me. How are you getting through?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like we said at the beginning of the game, it's really going to come down to can EBK actually play as 5 in the beginning, or just stall the game out before they can get to that, or is Donkey Punch just going to win a lot of these early
gets
fights?
Hit off, and there goes the ultimate. Does hit the cleanse off as well. Slow's going to be popped off by Dr. Deepfinger as well. Oh, the Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't collide, unfortunately. Psych Out gets some good damage here, but the shields and the heals are too big from Wendy's Janitor right now for her to poke through. So, I mean, that was a great move by Dr. Deepfinger. It got him to use his cleanse, so it did prove effective, a lot more effective than heal would have, I must admit. So I eat my words on that. But we have a lot being used in the bot lane here. Current call's going to be used from afar. Same thing with Carbon's ultimate as well, and shutdown. And that is so effective with the ganks here. And they are going to stick around just in case. Carbon getting real low. The tower is going to be focusing. They have a look. He's going to go and take out Soda, making his way on over to Blingo right now. He's going to pick up the second one. No, he is not. But Psych Out is there. Picks up the Q from afar. That is going to be 3 kills for 0. Side of Donkey Punch. Great engage. I know it looked like a little bit, you know, rough there for 2 clones, 1 box, but they persevered. They were able to effectively get out make their turnaround, and I think they just took them a little bit too far. Their bot lane did. Great job from the side of Donkey.
Yeah, I don't know if the re-engage was the move. I mean, Orange Sona, are you really going to be able to kill 4 people? I think that was kind of a troll bait engage by Blinko. I think honestly, you just get Wendy's out. You just get him out. Don't even try. Just go ahead and TP and then trying to hold the wave if you can. Although, because they were all pretty low, so I don't think they were gonna try and get the turret, unless they killed both members. I think they should have just not re-engaged, just let it, take your L. But yeah, they lost 2 more deaths at the end as well. Not sure that was the move, but what can you do? Is now 9-3 for the side of DP. They're up 2,000 gold, even in drags, but they're also up 2 turrets and working on this Rift Herald. So playing really well around the map. You said they had a lot of synergy. Well, we can obviously see it. They're playing the map how they want to play it, and there's not really much EBK can do. I think they're just gonna have a slow death for this one. I mean, we'll see.
I wouldn't say they're completely out of it.
25 minutes, I think, is really gonna determine if this is actually a fat L.
Well,
I think
Victor is really strong though late game, and not to mention Jinx as well. They have a lot of lockdown, so Sejuani, Ornn, and Sona, they have a lot of lockdown for them to go ahead and capitalize on those 2 bursty champions. So if they're able to get a really good team fight into the Dragon Pit or into the Baron Pit and just get them in one tight-knit group, I think they might be able to actually pull up the dub. But they still need just a couple more items though. They're not at that like full capability as of yet, but they are getting there though. They just need a little bit more time if they're able to hold out. Keep on farming as effectively as they are over Donkey Punch, because every single lane is winning in farm right now, heavily, except for top lane. They're even. Kled technically is ahead because he has 3 kills, but outside of that, Jinx 120 farm, Jhin 83. Has 2
yeah, that's
kills,
why this gold lead is a little bit closer than it should. They are farming pretty well. That's what they need to do for this scaling comp. Little Phoenix camping
here we
out.
go. Yep. Wendy's Janitor barely. Oh no, does get picked off by the Jhin W, but they do back off. They don't know where the rest of Donkey Punch.
I like that DP. They have the lead. They're forcing as many fights as they can. They're getting Dragon and Rift control, soon to be Baron control. So they're doing with what their lead what they need to do. They need to start putting deep wards. They need to start forcing fights. They need to start taking all these towers. And that's exactly what they are doing.
Very nice. Oh, the ulti does miss by Wendy's Janitor, and Carbon's gonna go ahead and take him out, no problem. See, that was the dilemma that everyone was stating earlier in chat. Wendy's Janitor's Sona pick was just a little bit weird with the composition of EBK overall because she's so squishy. She does not provide much support, especially against a dive-heavy comp like Kled, Echo, people like that who do a lot of bursts. Dr. Deepfinger there, a little bit of trouble, but do not worry. Russian Serpent there, back him up.
Yeah, which losing out the flash on the Jinx is a lot worse than losing out a flash on the Kled.
Oh yeah.
Who already has a dash and is going to run at you no matter what, so...
Absolutely.
Getting the flash out for the next fight. I mean, we're not going to see a drag fight for a while, but more shenanigans going down bot lane.
Yeah, we have a 4-man dive, it looks like. Very nice work from Little Phoenix. Does get the kill on Dr. Deepfinger. The current call is going to go off. Does miss the first 2 shots. 3rd one collides and the 4th one hits, but it doesn't matter. The shields and the kills are there. Are they going to take down the tier 2 bot lane tower? Oh no, they're going to go and focus Russian Serpent though. Glacial Prison misses barely. That would have been perfect underneath over there.
Yeah, that's the thing with EBK. If they don't have both Victor and Jinx in the same fight, they're really not going to have the damage to kill Donkey Punch at all.
Goes off again. He's getting a little bit frisky with it underneath with these tower dives. This is like the 2nd or 3rd one that we've seen. The Ornhorn's going to go ahead and get blown here. Blinko is going to make contact. Very nice with Carbon and Little Phoenix there. Skarl is not there. Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket from afar gets the shutdown on Carbon. Very nice move from Dr. Deepfinger there. Slow to stop the rest of EBK's advances, and that is going to just be a 1-for-0. They do take almost the tier 2 bot tower, but great job overall from both teams, the siege and the defense coming from EBK.
Yeah, maybe a little overstay from Donkey Punch, but I mean, they got the teleport from African, so there's only 1 teleport left on the Ornn. I mean, it's probably not going to see that many uses for it anyways. We got Baron spawning in 20 seconds. I don't think any team's going to be going for that just yet. I'd like to see more wards for both teams, because we're kind of seeing kind of a very black map at the moment. It's very grayed out, a lot of fog of war. A couple wards here, you know, around this dragon pit, but like other than that, I really want to see Donkey Punch use their lead. Now it's only 1,500 gold lead, but they have, you know, the presence, and I think they really need to get some more aggressive wards, and you know, they have 3 pinks in their inventories. I want them to use them, get some deep vision, clear out this drag pit, or at least,
So what should they be doing
around it.
specifically with their lead, like right now? Well, like you're right now inside the booth, you know, talking to them. Like, what are you telling them to do with their lead? Do you have one split push, 4-1? Like, you want to go like a 1-3-1 situation? How do you?
See, I like the 1-3-1 they're doing right now. Keep the Kled in a solo lane, obviously, because I mean he's got the whole breaker. He's gonna want to be in the side lane until he ultimates. Rise, same thing. I mean, he has his ultimate as well. He can come in pretty quickly, and he has his teleport. Actually, both side laners now have their teleport. So pretty much just beat down this mid lane. You know, they want to have all these tier 1s done. Last up is this mid turret. They need to take it. Sejuani's not there. It's just Jinx, Sona. It's fairly low. They should be able to take it.
That's true, and here we go, you know, in the top lane, like you said, we're going to have that pushing Kled, so it looks like we're going to see a lot more Carbon Blingo action in the top lane here. The 3, or now 4, in the mid lane here for both teams. They're going to go ahead and match, but I thought Jinx was going to be able to hold them off in terms of sieging. Oh, Glacial Person is going to go ahead and collide. Very nice. Psycho's going to go ahead and get picked off from the Super Mega Death Rocket. Little Phoenix forced to dash away there, and flash. So great job. I was going to just say, like, you know, on the side of EBK, they weren't really effectively utilizing, in my opinion, I just ate my words, Jinx as much as they could. Have all the flash forward, and the Cleanse is going to go ahead and hit from 2 clones, 1 box. The dash forward from the Gale Force as well. Little Phoenix going to use the Chrono Break to get to safety, but that was good moves. But I was just about to say that they weren't effectively utilizing Dr. Deepfinger in these situations, creating, you know, much of a space for her to do the damage that she does. But I eat my words. They went ahead, played it very well. Now they're going ahead using the Glacial Prism to go ahead and engage, lock down specific targets such as Karma. Psycho stepped out a little bit too far there, and that's what you get when you play against a comp like this.
Yeah, I don't like the recalls here from EBK because they won the fight, or they killed. They didn't kill anyone, but they forced a lot of the summoners from 2 clones, 1 box. They forced the ultimate from Little Phoenix. They got the mid priority, like they took the tower and then they had the wave, and then they just recalled as Dragon's about to spawn. They could have literally just had the entire Dragon Pit controlled. They had pinks. They could have, you know, swept it out, had all the vision they wanted, and then just held for the drag. But now they have 0 Dragon priority, so they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and not to mention that, but also Jinx picked up a Phantom Dex, pick up a Ruined's Hurricane. I don't go Ruined's Hurricane very often on a lot of ADCs, but Jinx is a definite one. You have to go.
After the turret, I would have just run to drag pit. I don't agree with all the recalls. I saw Victor recalling. I knew that they were just going to be giving up drag, and now Donkey Punch is on Soul Point. It is, you know, a Cloud Soul, and just that extra move speed's not going to be good. You know, when you have, you know, a Rise and a Kled, you don't want them to be able to run at you. That's exactly what you don't want, you know, especially when you have more ultimates on the Echo, where you can just, you know, as he's been doing, just run in, ult, and then it's going to get to a point where he's going to have so much CDR ability haste that he's just going to be able to run in, do some damage, ult out, and then by the end of the fight, he's going to be able to ult again. So
I mean, they were right to probably back from the Dragon. I would have given it up as a team as well. I don't think that we would have been like in a position. Oh, hold on 1 second. Glacial Presence is going to go and land on 2 clones, 1 box. Very nice. Mega Death Box is going to collide, but still has a little bit of health left. Nice shields from Psych out. Teleport's going to be coming in from Shrouded Beast or current fall from afar, but they're able to get out of there. No worries. Sled now is going to go ahead and engage with the ulti from the side. Very nice hit. Suppression Serpent. Teleport's can be used by Blingo as well. Psycho getting a little bit too close. Sona missing the ultimate, unfortunately. Little Phoenix slapping into the backline. The Ornord's gonna fall and shut that down completely. Shut down on over to African Extra. Very nice. Psycho forced to flash out of there. They are on the hunt now in this now 5v4 situation, and they're gonna go ahead and turn to Baron. Great turn.
There's no jungler. Well, nope. Phoenix died. Little Phoenix went in when there was no Jhin. Jhin was recalling at the tower. Yes, Little Phoenix has ultimate, but just because you have ultimate doesn't mean you should just run in, try and do as much damage, and then ult out. You just don't fight that. Like, what? I think that was a huge mistake by Lil Phoenix there. Essentially just giving up this Baron and definitely putting EBK back in this game. Now the gold's even. They have Baron. They're going to push these waves out. They lost tier 2 mid, which obviously was as better, you know, as good as you can get for Donkey Punch and losing Baron.
Right.
But yeah, huge overstep by Donkey Punch. Because yes, they've been feeling good all game. You know, they've been winning a lot of these trades, but we're now at that 25-minute mark we talked about. We have two completed items on Ornn. He's now level 13, so he's going to start giving those upgrades, which we definitely have to start looking at where those upgrades go. He's got the upgraded Frozen Gauntlet and the Thornmail, or now the Rhyme Forge Grasp, which cool name. Yeah, that's now, you know, Ornn got slapped around by Kled, but it doesn't matter. He's Ornn. It's like playing like Cho'Gath. Like, just because you lose lane doesn't mean you're useless. Like, he's just gonna sit in the front, be annoying, and get off his ultimate, and basically just win the fight just on being a beefy boy. So this lead doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, being thick boy is all you need sometimes, you know what I mean? I mean, if you have some really good hyper tanks like you mentioned, Cho'Gath, Ornn, I mean, you know, Alistar, someone who's just able to tank a lot of damage, you know, and be your front line. That's pretty much all you need right there, and Ornn is doing a very good job of doing so. Very nice. Zap is going to go in and land. Glacial Prison, unfortunately, doesn't collide with anybody. 2 clones, 1 box. Is able to make it out. Psycho looking real low here. They're going to capitalize on their Baron and probably take down the tier 2 mid tower. Here it comes. Yes, I mean, Russian Serpent's getting locked down quite heavily, but he's fine. He's also the tanky bull. Ornn's going to pop Nox with 2 clones, 1 box, but no follow-up. They definitely don't want to dive. I like to take it slow and steady route that they're doing, you know? Just slowly but surely get down the lane. But the thing is, you need to answer Kled as well. Meanwhile, on the top lane. Oh no, Russian Serpent now in a 1v4 situation. No, Wendy Gengers.
Yeah, Carbon can't die here though, because Dragon is spawning in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And once again, they're trying to answer it, and guess who has control of the Dragon Pit? Look at all those wards, look who is by the pit. It is Donkey Punch. However, there's still Baron buff on EBK. So we'll see how this pans out, but this is for Soul Point.
He's going
Kled
back.
still has TP. Ornn doesn't have TP, so he can't really answer the Kled without giving up Drake. So they're going to lose probably top lane. Yeah, they do have Baron recall, but can Kled get the inhib in 20 seconds?
Yeah, he can. He has a Hull Breaker, he has Hydra, Black Cleaver, he has a lot of damage. He's able to get that quite quickly.
Yeah, and there is a ward
right
by the Dragon Pit.
Down. Oh, now he's gonna go ahead and teleport in right into the bot lane. Very nice. He's gonna go.
Yeah, he's gonna ultimate and try and go for a flank here.
He's gonna take down Little Phoenix. Little Phoenix forced to go ahead and chrono break. Psycho looking real low. Down goes 2 box, 2 clones, 1. Apologies, Dr. Big Finger there. He's on the run for his life at the moment. Russian Serpent. Oh, African Expert gonna go ahead and gang up on Fraud Abuser. They do take him down. Huge shutdown over to African Expert. Lil Phoenix and Carbon now the only ones left on the side of Donkey Punch, seeing if they can go ahead and either postpone the dragon or pick it up themselves. Lil Phoenix is getting caught out though by Blinko. Does try to dash out and pick up by Wendy's Janitor. Very nice moves. I mean, they did open the top lane, so that was a good move by Carbon. I think Carbon should have just stuck to the top side and just kept on pushing out the wave, because he was just essentially very ineffective. His ulti wasn't that great, you know, his presence in that team fight didn't really play a huge role because they have such a better composition on the side of EBK. I think, personally, he should have just stuck to the top side. See if you can get, like, a Nexus Tower.
Yeah, he definitely could have at least gotten a Nexus turret, and even if he didn't, like, he teleported in the bottom lane. Like, he came so late to that fight that they were basically all dead. I mean, you gotta keep your Jhin and your Ryze alive, and he basically just ultied in and then just tried to kill Dr. Deepfinger, which he wasn't able to do because of this Sona. Like, I mean, you can't really 100-0 Jinx on Kled when you've got a Sona and, you know, 2 tanks ready to slap you around. So Carbon definitely should have. I mean, there's 2 wards that were closer, and especially the one that was like in the river Dragon Pit that I think he should have TP'd on, so that he could have had an impact on the fight a lot earlier. You know, him being so ahead he could have done something. I mean, Hullbreaker, you're gonna lose the passive and in team fights. I mean, that kind of
Right.
sucks. But like, he should have at least entered a lot sooner.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just they're not gonna win the team fights now.
Very nice. Wendy's gonna
gonna
go get a
try.
nice ulti off on the Shroud Abuser there, but does not follow up with any damage. I mean, no one else is really there to do anything. Victor also dropped the Chaos Storm as well, but like I said, he's not that bursty right now. He has the crown, or the upgraded version of the crown. He has a Look Bane, and he has a voice out. Warhorn gonna go to get blown though. 2 clones, 1 boxing to get picked up. Does try to go ahead and Gale Force. Does flash, but no. Blingo's there to follow up with the flash. Kick out, trying to get the safety. Glacial Prison. It's not collided, but no. Riot said absolutely did not. Does get away. Oh, here goes the splash and Chrono Break underneath tower as well. Huge shutdown. Goes on over to Little Phoenix, so picks up Wendy's Janitor. I did not think he was actually going to get that. I didn't know if the Q was going to return, but it did take him out, and that was going to be a 1-for-1 pickup. And Carbon just doing what he does. He's being a menace across the map. This is what is probably going to end up winning him the game. He knows he's going to lose in these team fights. Meanwhile, Little Phoenix is going to go ahead and stop Russian Serpent from backing, and African Expert and everybody else. Carbon, along with Shadow Bees, are going to go ahead and XP here at the very end. Teleport being used as well by Victor. African Export gonna go and take down Shroud Abuser. Carbon Timer is gonna do as much damage as he can and back out of there. Great maneuvers. I mean, there's just tactics happening all across the map. They're sieging, they're splitting, they're doing everything they can to cause chaos, and it's working so well right now. Like, EBK cannot focus on one thing. They do not have the capabilities of just being able to go everywhere and anywhere.
And that's super minions on their side lanes. So even if they try and rush down mid, they still have to be cognizant of these top and bot waves. Cled's about to have TP again. He can literally just do this again in a couple minutes. And there's also trying to get Baron here, which they might not be able to. They're getting kind of low.
Stressing me out.
Yeah,
Russian's getting real low here. Yeah, Russian Serpent trying to do what he can to get them off of it. Does effectively get them off of it. Little Phoenix now navigating through the jungle. He's going to get away, not to worry. Carbon might be actually overstaying, but to the luck of his draw, does not get that W zap to the face, and does have to ulti on out of there. Safety. I mean, he is just, you know, hit, leave. Hit, leave. Like, he must have watched the Patriot with Mel Gibson before this game, because he is doing everything right in terms of guerrilla warfare. Just, it is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's their win condition now. They can't 5 vs 5. They really can't. They don't have the front line. They don't have the DPS to be able to take down the Sejuani and the Ornn. So they're gonna try and get this drag. It's up in 45 seconds. EBK's trying to get these waves into a manageable position. If they get Soul, I think it's gonna be even harder for EBK. Just based on just the buff you get from the Cloud Soul. Yeah. So I think this could be a Donkey Punch win, unless I think if there's an ace, if we get the team gap ace from EBK, they win. Other than that, I don't see them getting this, just based on what I've been seeing so far, because they can't answer the Kled right now. No. He's at 4 completed items. He's just gonna sit on these side waves. Ryze gonna sit on these side waves. They're honestly just okay with giving up the dragon.
The Cloud, yeah, they have to. They have no other choice. It's either that or we potentially lose our second Nexus Tower and another inhib, and now we're gonna lose Dragon and Baron. Like you said, it's kind of inevitable at this point. Oh, Russian Serpent actually gonna go ahead and engage. Dragon's only at like half health, force the flash out of the Baron pit. Does not want to go back into that. So yeah, they're gonna go right to Baron after that, no questions asked.
Yeah, I really like these Kled and Ryze picks, because they saw the 5 vs 5 like team comp from EBK and like, you do that. We're gonna play for the side lanes. We're just gonna we're gonna force you to come answer us. We're not gonna let you 5 vs 5 team fight us. We're gonna make you come to the side lanes and answer us. You're not gonna get the team fights you want. And everyone's mid. They're just gonna burn down this Baron, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, Kled went ahead and charged into the Baron pit. Like how everybody else is there. Ryze is going to just do what he can to go ahead and push that out. Ornn now, Blingo making his way on over to the Baron Pit. Now has vision on it. Ornhorn's going to go ahead and get blow to start the fight. Very nice knockup. The double stun is going to go off. The Crescendo is going to go ahead and slay. I'm sorry, Red Team's going to go ahead and slay Baron. Very nice. He's going to go ahead and back up into the Baron Pit. He's going to do it. Yes, he does. The balls on that man is unreal. Carbon, unfortunately, is going to get taken out, but that is okay because 4 of his team members did make it out. I can't believe 2 clones just stood there. No, was that 2 clones or was that Lil Phoenix?
I think it was Lil Phoenix, but I mean,
Lil
we have all the lanes pushed for Donkey Punch as well, and they're just going to push him out further. I mean, it's just a tough time for EBK because I really like their draft, but it doesn't matter how many times they win a fight or they kill one of the members of Donkey Punch. You gotta watch out for the other members because they're not really gonna play as 5 anymore. I think we're gonna hear pretty soon once Carbon comes back up. It's gonna be the 1-3-1, which I know you like with Baron buff. I know that's your favorite setup is the 1-3-1.
Absolutely, it's the most effective for the Baron usage. You know what I mean? You have supers or buffed up Baron minions in every single lane. What's better than that?
Yeah, I think we could maybe see Carbon TPing to this top lane just so they can maximize this Baron. I mean, Ornn did clear out the top wave, so that's going to be pushing back to their side, so he's probably not. Yeah, really great play by Donkey Punch. I mean, they got the drag, they got the Baron, which against a team comp like EBK, that should be unheard of, but they're playing these side waves so well. Carbon and Shroud are just not allowing them to play how they want. They're playing their own playbook. They don't really care what the draft looked like. They're like, we're gonna play how we want to play. We're gonna make the decisions for you, which is what they've been doing, and it seems to be working out for them. It's 9 towers to 4. The gold lead, they're down in gold, but that doesn't matter. I mean, they're just gonna play the map how they want. Items aren't really gonna make a difference. Like this gold isn't gonna be used in a way that'll help EBK enough to play this composition against DP. So I'm having fun. This is great. I love first game of the series. Just so many shenanigans.
I mean, I'm also kind of surprised at the build path of like Jinx right now. Dr. Definger built a Maw, or he's in the process of building a Maw. So, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I'd rather have like a Bloodthirster or something. Right, here we go. Carbon and Blingo on the top side here. He's gonna go ahead and disregard Blingo completely and take out that inhibitor. I mean, he literally does not care. That is the face of someone who does not give a care in the world about what you're doing to him at all. And he's gonna keep doing his thing on the top side.
Yeah, I guess in his mind, Ornn has been upgraded from an NPC to a side character. He can at least, you know, do a little bit, but he's definitely not the main character in this situation. That main character is Carbon at the moment.
Oh, the Glacial Prison does miss, unfortunately. Counter Break also going to be used by Lil Phoenix here. Shroud Abuser's going to stick to the bot lane here, buff up that cannon minion for as long as he has it, and it just ran out, so now they're kind of sitting on even ground, but there is no Glacial Prison available for Russian Serpent, and I believe that is the only placement so far on the side of them that have been used, and the same thing with Chrono Break from Lil Phoenix, so both junglers without ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, they're just in the base of EBK. Shroud Abuser's gonna use the ultimate to kind of weasel his way out, but...
Oh, man, was hit! Meanwhile, very good fight gonna go ahead. Dr. Definger's gonna go ahead and pick up the kill. Very Lil Phoenix is gonna go ahead and try to get to safety, but Russian Serpent, which was gonna hit at the tip of his pinky toe. Lil Phoenix forced to go ahead and zone yes, but to no avail. Wendy's Janitor is gonna pick that up. Flash forward from Blingo. Shroud Abuser's gonna go ahead and sidestep it. Unfortunately, but doesn't matter. They want to end this game out. They said game number 1 thing too long. Takes out the tower and then just charges his way through the top side. So
there is 1 tower left.
Oh my god, Dr. Definger, get out of there, my friend. 2 clones, 1 box is no match for you in the 1v1 situation. Like we said, later in game, Jinx is definitely going to go ahead and have the advantage here. Misses the dash. Blingo, though, on the hunt for Shroud Abuser. Shroud Abuser, he doesn't have ultimate available. Just used that couple moments ago.
Yeah, Phaser saved Shroud there. Blingo was not expecting a Rise to be sitting in the jungle. Kind of was surprised when he saw him. Shroud able to juke him out. Carbon just chilling in the side lane. He does not care.
Carbon, he can kind of 1v1 to his own like pace. You know what I mean? Russian Serpent is definitely wanting to go ahead and take advantage of this. She is fighting into minions right now. He's going to go ahead and use the Blasting Cone, get over the wall. African expert there just to follow up and say, you need to get out of my lane, buddy. Done too much damage up here too long, not on my watch.
Yeah, and the Elder Dragon is spawning up. So, I think this is do or die for EBK. They have to force this Elder Dragon. They have to force it now. I mean, it's in 13 seconds. Kled is
Oh
not going to be in the
no.
Nexus anytime soon. So yeah, they have to get some kills
Lingo
here.
does get the knockup on the Shroud Abuser. Psych out there to try to kind of support 2 clones, 1 box. And Lufig is going to go ahead and game from the side. Wendy's Jenner is going to go ahead and get taken out. So Blingo is going to go ahead and take out Wendy's Jenner. I'm sorry, not Wendy's Jenner. Shroud Abuser as well. Very nice. 2 clones, 1 box. He's going to stick it to the stop sign. No, it doesn't matter.
Carbon's
Carbon
taking
is
it.
going to go ahead and take out the Nexus Tower. He's going to go ahead and XP at both teleports used. Too late. It doesn't matter. Carbon single-handedly won this game for the side of Donkey Punch.
Oh,
That is so crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Great job from Carbon. I mean, sticking throughout. Definitely MVP of game number 1 there. I mean, you couldn't ask for any more effort from the side of Carbon, from their top laner, Donkey Punch. Jeez. Dear God.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if they win lane phase, they'll be doing pretty good. And the thing is, at the beginning of the game, I didn't even think about Kled playing the side lanes. Incredible job by him. I mean, I guess I predicted right for once. You know, I've predicted 3 out of like 8 games correct this season so far. So
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. You see, it's not the
brilliant.
caster's curse, it's just the Primus curse.
It's just the Primus
And
curse.
it's been lifted on this match. But game number 1, congratulations, goes on over to the side of Donkey Punch with a very clutch split pushing victory there for game number
Right.
1. Points went ahead and got divvied out. So thank you very much to Wookie, our host, for going ahead and doing that. We're going to go ahead and take a small break here while we set up for game number 2. Don't go anywhere. This is the week 4 series. Once again, it is going to be Donkey Punch versus Team EBK. We'll be right back.
right, welcome back, all of you wonderful, wonderful people here to the Team Gap stream. This is the PCL Round 4 Division 1 EBK versus Donkey Punch, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Game 1 was absolutely insane. Donkey Punch with the split push victory, Kled super clutch coming in from Carbon to go ahead and split push essentially the entirety of game, pushed out top, pushed out bot lane, and then eventually just won it on his own. Well, not on his own. Shroud Abuser was there for a little bit of support, but he did
Yeah, I was
most
about
of
to
the
say
work.
Shroud was also doing a lot of side lane action. They were just playing the 1-3-1 the entire game. They just
Yeah,
refused to 5 vs 5, which in draft that was what EBK wanted. They want the 5 vs 5.
that is true.
And when they got the fights when they were grouped up,
Oh,
they killed the enemy team most of the time. But the thing is, Donkey Punch just didn't let it happen. They just didn't want to fight 5 vs 5 because they knew their strengths, and they just played the side wave. And Carbon ended the game by itself. Classic Expeke.
absolutely. And
Love to
like you
see
said,
it.
it's not just about team comp, but it's how you play together. But draft number 2 for game or draft for game number 2 has already begun here. So it looks like we're going to see the same bands, the Vayne and the Shen coming in from the side of Donkey Punch.
Yeah,
Now
no
they're going to
Kled
switch it
though.
up. Yeah, no Kled. Akali and Kled now. Before they had banned out Akali, Viger, and Morgana as the first three. So let's see which one that they're going to give up for this first cycle. The same three
Yeah.
bans from the side of Donkey Punch, Blitzcrank, Shen, and Vayne. So they definitely do not want to give those two. I know for the side of EBK, Shen is their main focus that they're probably going to be primarily banning.
Yeah.
Vayne and Blitzcrank are probably just a follow-up, but Viger is going to be the last of that three-way ban here in the first round. So they said, okay, you're going to give us Morgana, we're going to take Morgana. So Psych Out, I can, I can definitely see Psych Out like squirming in his chair right now going, oh my god, I finally got to play it.
I got my
Um,
Morgana. I got my Morgana. I'm so excited.
and to follow that up, Lulu's going to be picked. So it's going to be just a timing of the shields followed up by the Jinx. We definitely knew that was going to be picked up. So if you're not banning it, you're definitely going to be picking it up here in the first rounds. Following up, I could expect to see a Gen pick. Another really good follow up could possibly be, Tristana. I love Ashe. She is really good.
I
Misfortune
know
is
you love
another
to
really
play
good one.
Ashe.
Oof, she's so disgusting right now. Just in
Misfortune is gonna
general.
be picked though.
Yes,
I like
Misfortune.
Misfortune Morgana.
Very
I
effective
mean,
AoE spells.
yeah, I was gonna say the AOE is very nice. Probably not gonna get as much out of team fights as at least I'd say team fights. I mean the 2 vs 2.
Mhm,
I think Jinx Lulu is gonna be a little bit better, but
mhm.
ooh,
The
the
Vi.
Vi was that banned out? I believe that was banned out.
Give
Yeah,
me
that was
one.
banned out in
Yes,
the
it
second
was.
round of the last game. So the Vi coming through. Super excited to see that because it was banned out in the first game.
Mhm.
Umumu getting picked, so standard jungle and bot lane being picked
Oh,
this first
actually,
round.
switched it up. They went ahead and
They
went with
switch it up.
Sejuani
The
again.
Sejuani again. Okay. Likes that Sejuani. I mean, it would have been a really good pick. I like the orange Sejuani if they got their wish and were able to 5 vs 5. But the thing is, they didn't really have the damage to do much to a lot of the towers early.
Mhm,
So by the time they're able to focus on these towers,
mhm.
um, by the time they get one tower, Donkey Puncher's getting two and pushing their Nexus. So I mean,
Yeah.
not really able to get much out of that. Now, is Donkey Punch going to be able to do the exact same thing this game? That's to be determined. Are we going to see another, like a Trendemir or something similar that's going to want to play the side lanes? Are they going to get the Rise again? Because the Victor was actually banned for EBK, so they don't want to give the Victor over to Donkey Punch this time around.
Ornn as well. So the Corki and the Ornn are going to be the two final bans from the side of Donkey Punch here. I mean, I definitely expected to see a lot of this. I still expect to see a split pusher from the side of Donkey Punch. So, Trendemir, I could see, they banned out Yorick already. Who's another really good split pusher? Set could also potentially be a really good one as well. So
Right.
there's Gnosis, really good effective split pusher. Silas. So they are going to be opting in for the mid lane pick, saving top for last. So Vex versus Silas here. And then the final pick here for the side of Donkey Punch. Like, who would you want to go with this combo? That I don't even know if they have like that much of a wombo. And you have like the Misfortune Morgana combo. I could see that. Silas can grab anything from the side of EBK. So Sejuani could be effective. Jinx could be effective. I expect him to focus Sejuani's ultimate the most though. But who? Oh, there we go. Said it is. So,
Yeah, set would have been good. Aatrox I think would have been good as well.
oh yeah.
Um, and maybe even if they wanted to go more for the team fight, they have the Silas and the Vi,
Mm,
uh, and the Misfortune. I think they could have also gone for say like a Gnar, or even if you could have gone more tank. Could have picked up the Mundo or Cho'Gath. But I mean, set the Chad in the top lane is what they're going to go with. We'll see what EBK is going to answer. Fiora Aurelia is typically what I like to see into set. They already have the front line, and okay, they're just gonna go for another
Mundo.
beef top laner. They're gonna pick the Mundo, um, which I mean, that's gonna be really good for set because now he has two people that he can pick up and grab for his R.
Right.
Obviously his R scales off of the beefiness of the person he picks up. So if he
Right.
picks up anyone in the front line at the beginning of a fight, if they want to play front to back, Set's gonna say, "Just kidding, I'm picking him up and throwing him in the team."
Mm,
And then you've got the follow up from Silas and Vi, who can just jump at you, and then Misfortune throws an ult. So I think this is actually
absolutely.
gonna be a better team. I think this is a better draft and a better team fight for Donkey Punch than last game.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot of damage coming from EBK. Pretty much all of their damage is gonna be. I mean, Mundo can do a little bit damage, but I mean, all their damage is pretty much on the Jinx. And then Vex has like a little bit of burst, but she doesn't really have a lot of DPS. She kind of really wants to get those executes or be able to reuse their ultimate, but it's not like
Right.
she's a Victor or an Ariana where she's just gonna do all this big AoE damage and just be this huge mid laner. Like she's really in between, I'd say, like an enchanter and like a full like caster mid lane.
Support.
So
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
Not.
I don't really
Okay.
see Vex too much until she gets like 2 or 3 items doing a lot of damage, because some of her abilities have a longer cooldown, and it's not like she's slapping down a ton of damage. It's more just like a little bit like consistent, and then she obviously has that fear, and then able to get the reset off her ultimate, which is what she really needs. But the thing is, to get that reset, she's got to get assists and kills, and I don't think they have a lot of damage to just blow up, this kind of bruiser Donkey Punch team.
I definitely agree with a lot of that. I mean, Donkey Punch, uh, if they're able to go ahead and do the sustain, which I'm sure they have the capabilities of being able to do. I mean, look at what they did last game. They kind of knew that they were at a disadvantage in the 5v5 situation, so they just played to their strengths there. They said, okay, we'll go ahead and just try to split push as much as possible. Shroud Abuser did a great job of split pushing, following up with the teleports, so I expect them to go ahead and run double teleport again. Not to mention, they just keep on picking really good, just like they're safe in lane, and then they're effective
Yeah,
not so much in like team fights, but they can be if they have to be. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Set can still ulti, Mundo onto their backline and get directly into the Jinx's face if need be. And there is not a thing on this planet that Psych Out. I'm sorry, not Psych Out. That Lulu can do to stop that. I mean, she could polymorph. That's gonna stop you for just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
It's
like
gonna
the
be
draft a lot
depend.
more for Donkey Punch. I
Okay.
think I think that I think they have this in the bag if they play as well as they did last game. I think they can definitely get what they want. If they have this synergy, then I think their synergy works really well this game. I mean, I just don't think there's enough damage from EBK because as soon as the Jinx dies, most of their damage is gone. Whereas there's still plenty of damage from the side of Donkey Punch, even if you kill one member. But predictions are up, so chat, let us know what you think. Go ahead and use those gap points. So far, leaning towards looks like Donkey Punch, 84% to 16%. And if you're just going for the gap points, you should vote for EBK to, get that good return. But yeah, I really like Donkey Punch's draft here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Shroud on the Silas. I love Silas as champion. I think he does really well into Vex as long as he just dodges that fear. Vex doesn't really have a lot of escape
Hmm.
when that is on cooldown, so he doesn't have her passive. So looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the jungle matchup? Because I mean, last game, Phoenix was on the Echo, which is more, you know, AP, not really a bruiser. Or now we have this bruiser heavy top lane. How you feeling?
I mean, I like the comp like you had mentioned overall for the side of EBK. One thing that I've noticed is, or for the side of Donkey Punch, EBK doesn't have a lot of damage output, like you had said.
Mhm.
They only have the Jinx. Everyone else is just kind of either like a front line or Vex. That's pretty much it. So, it is really going to depend. Jungle matchup specifically, I like Vi into the Sejuani
Mhm.
early. She's able to go ahead and effectively do some counter jungling. I think she could be a real menace and halt Sejuani's, advances, so that way she is not effective in lane. And she can even get Dragon at level 4. Not a lot of junglers can do that, but Nunu can. But right before we go ahead and dive into game number 2, we are going to take a small little break here. And then we'll be back for game number 2. Once again, Donkey Punch versus EBK. Donkey Punch leads the series 1-0. Be right back. right, welcome back, all of you wonderful, wonderful people here to game number 2, once again for PCL Round 4 Division 1 EBK versus Donkey Punch. Donkey Punch leads the series right now 1-0, and we were just mentioning right before the game begins, we hope to see some level 1 shenanigans, but it doesn't look like we're going to get this in game number 2 either, so a nice safe, not 5-point start directly, we have both the members of bot lane hovering over their jungle's camp, so nice, still safe. Got a little bit of
Yeah,
deep ward
they have the
action.
wards. Yeah, they have the
Yeah,
wards. They're fine.
you know,
They're not worried.
they're playing very tactical. I mean, they are ahead in the series right now, Donkey Punches, so they definitely don't want to give any early leads here. But it doesn't matter. Shadabees is going to go in and get some really nice damage off onto African Expert there. Blackout trying to follow up, misses the binding, unfortunately. But
Yeah, I
still,
mean, he's just gonna recall, maybe miss 1 or 2 minions. But you know,
maybe.
he probably missed like the first like 3, depending if Shroud kind of lets him die. But not really too much gonna be missed. Shroud also has the teleport over African's Ignite, so 2 teleports for the side of EBK and 1 for the side of, or excuse me, 2 for Donkey Punch and 1 for EBK.
Yeah,
Cleanse
right
and
move.
Cleanse coming for Deep Finger, which I think actually both cleanses. For,
Both cleanse. Wow.
Yeah, both cleanses. Yeah, I mean, you've got Russian Serpent on the Sejuani, and then, you know, more bindings. So I get it. You know, they're just AD carries, you know, want to stay alive in the current meta.
Yeah, I
Kind of hard for them.
more. I mean, that's kind of like the most important thing. Like, I wish there was a little bit more like effective items for magic resistance and AD, or I wish there was like some kind of like AP Thornmail or something that kind of discourages casters just a little bit from.
Yeah, because I mean, really for AD carries, it's like you pick Wit's End or Mercurial Scimitar. That's literally it.
You could go both, but then you're losing like a really good chunk of like either critical strike percentage or something. You know what I mean? It's just
You're giving up a lot.
Pain. Yeah, I agree, and I disagree with Chad. Wookie is not a weenie or a poop head. He is the love of my life, and you will treat him as
Yeah,
such.
he's pretty great. He's also running the stream, so if we talk too much shit, then he'll just shut it down. So
He ran so good, Chad. Oh, but very nice game coming in from Little Phoenix here onto African Expert, but he does flash out of there to safety. Sejuani, Russian Serpent, not able to be as effective in lane, but is getting it done though in terms of farming. She is doing a slightly better job than Little Phoenix is right now. And,
yeah, and
nice
I think
from Blingo.
Vex has the range on Silas.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna, you know, have a little bit of a tougher time, you know, until he hits 6. Because I mean, he can still steal Vex's ultimate, so you know that's gonna be an extra gap closer for him once he hits 6.
True.
But it's gonna be a little bit tougher. You know, he's popping those potions, corrupting potion for African. You can do the same, but going back in for Shroud.
Very nice move from African Expert here onto Shadow Abuser. And another really great move here I liked. It didn't show it on camera, but hold on one second. And Binding's going to go ahead and land onto Wendy's Gender, but just gets poked down a little bit. The movement from Psych Out and 2 clones 1 box there to get the scuttle actually and deny Russian Serpent of not only the top but the bottom scuttle as well. So great job. Shout out to Psych Out and 2 clones there for doing that. So
yeah, running low on mana, but pretty much worth it.
Worth 100%. Gives them the vision, gives them a little bit of gold. Not only that, they're still maintaining in terms of experience and farm in lane. So overall, I would say completely worth it. All right, Shroud Abuser going in here onto African Expert, really low on mana. Vi not able to go ahead and apply any kind of pressure there, unfortunately, but does show her presence.
Yeah, and both these mid laners have a lot of bursts, so it kind of comes down to who can land their abilities first. And Shroud Abuser, you know, gets a little bit more, I guess, leeway because you know he can get he can dodge Vex's. I think it's her W.
Yeah, that
like
AOE like, circle.
Yeah, so he can dodge that with his E and then chain in and basically, you know, get his damage off more than the Vex. But if African can get off that fear, or I guess taunt, you know, whatever you want, I forget which it is, but if he can get that off, yeah, it's a fear. If he can get that off, he should be fine. But right now, not so fine with no mana.
not looking too hot. You know, using all the corruption potions already. It's forced to back here. This is the kind of the disadvantage of not having teleport. You know, Silas was able to go ahead and go back, do his thing, come right back into lane like nothing happened. Meanwhile, Vex forced to overstay. Now goes back with you know, the same amount of farm that Silas currently has. Actually, see, now he's gonna take it, he's gonna push it right into her tower, and she's gonna lose a bunch of
Might be able to get a plate before, because it looks like Russian's reconning. Or he's just gonna get a nice. He's gonna get a nice back. Or
Actually,
force the
they're gonna-
dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, go ahead, make their way down to the Ocean Drake, which is looks like that's what they are gonna do here. All right, excellent. He went ahead and got rid of the shield. Very nice. The showstopper's gonna go off onto Blingo. Forces the flash. They both do.
They
Very
tried.
nice.
He tried.
Yeah, he did try to get it. Unfortunately, showstopper didn't do as much as I thought it was going to do. Come level 6, Blingo.
I don't think his
is
W's
on
up.
the hunt.
Ooh. Accidentally threw cleaver at a minion. Otherwise, that could have been a dead carbon.
What's Set's laser punch called again? Face puncher, something? I don't remember. The haymaker,
It's face breaker.
face breaker, haymaker. I don't know. It's
He
a
hits you with
stupid
his
move.
fist.
He punches you in the face. Okay.
He
But
punches you
yeah,
with air. Is how I imagine that ability.
they don't get first blood. They do get first drag, it looks like, on the side of Donkey Punch, so they are going to take advantage of that. So Sejuani looking a little bit lost. She was ahead, but fell behind a little bit there. Her ganks aren't as effective right now because everyone's kind of either overpushed or they just don't have the capabilities of being able to fight their lane opponents right now. Either lack of mana or lack of positioning. So not really a whole lot that Russian Serpent can even do on the map, so...
Yeah, I mean, lanes are pretty even across the board. I mean, the only thing that's really different is the dragon for the side of Donkey Punch.
Yeah.
But going back in on the
very
vibe.
nice shot abuse. Just gonna go ahead and take the ulti of African Expert and use it against her very quickly there. Nice follow-up from Lil Phoenix as well with the flash Q, and they do secure first blood at the 7.5 minute mark. And that is going to go on over to Lil Phoenix. Great job, great communication. You know, Silas also being an AP champion is definitely going to be able to use, you know, Vex's ult against her. So I love it. And meanwhile, another gank in the works here. Blinko, I don't think yet. He doesn't have that force field, unfortunately, and Vi is going to pick up the second kill as well in the game. Great job from Lil Phoenix. Very, you know, making her presence known. 2 for 2 for ganks so far. I mean, this, you can ask for any better start coming from a jungler.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lil Phoenix should purchase a tent and some s'mores because he is camping that mid lane for Shroud. And then, you know, as I was gonna say that, he runs top, and I guess he moved his tent a little bit more north and killed Blinga in the top lane as well. So, Lil Phoenix just not letting up on these ganks, and you know, 2-0 and only down 8 CS. So he's doing a lot more for his team so far than Russian Serpent. Sejuani, you know, clearing a lot, but not really able to do much in the lanes. So a little bit, you know, more of a lead for Donkey Punch so far. Lanes are even. I'm really looking forward to this first dragon fight because I think that's when it's really going to get spicy.
Does have a ward down, but it doesn't matter because Carbon's going to go in and step up. He is taking a lot of damage. He's going to go in and use the showstopper. He's going to go in on the wrong direction there. Doesn't matter. Carbon's going to pick up the kill. And the unstoppable force used just in case. I mean, cease and desist used just in case. To try to secure it, but doesn't pick it up. Shroud Abuser.
I think he's going for the KS. Just trying to be on the top lane.
I agree. He was like, I have 2 kills. I want the third one too.
Yeah, hashtag
But
reported.
no.
I want all 3 kills.
Yeah, he's gonna AFK. He's like, I'm not ganking top no more. But Russian Serpent is gonna go ahead and take care of the ward. Oh, we see a charge up Q missing though into Russian Serpent. Unfortunately, Psychos not gonna land the binding either.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go the other direction. Tried to, you know, he tried to predict, but a little bit of overcorrection.
Oh, overcorrection. Yeah, too much calculation.
Yeah, brain too big. Can't function. 404 error.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, been there,
Yeah.
done that.
And the thing is, 2 clones is also getting solo XP at the moment, so probably gonna, you know, he's gonna hit level 7 before G-Finger, but Psycho's still waiting on his ultimate though. He's still level 5, so he does not have that Morgana ultimate. Still waiting on the stopwatch as well, so not gonna be able to do as much for this next
janitor
next
up
fight.
to mid lane. So they're gonna go ahead and leave the ADCs alone in the bot lane here. See, and that's where I just kind of am a little bit confused. Like, you know where everybody is on the map. You've seen them at least within the last couple of minutes.
You think
You
that?
see, well, I mean, you have great vision. You know, coming in from the side of EBK, so you know that they're not coming or they're not waiting inside your river. I don't know why they didn't just 2v1 the Misfortune in the bot lane. Like, they had clear advantage for at least a couple minutes, but and she's very immobile too. So
Misfortune is kind of hard. I mean, she has her passive and she can slow you with her rain of bullets. Forgetting what that ability's called, but I mean, she can. Yes, thank you. She can slow you and kind of stop you from doing a lot of things. Carbon getting a little heated here.
But yeah, he's going a little bit too far. Glacial Prison's gonna land perfectly. Very nice. Oh man, I'm sorry, the showstopper to safety underneath his own tower. Great defensive maneuver and timing on that one. He knew, or he could just feel, I guess, Russian Serpent just lurking in the shadows there, and great timing, great patience, and was able to make it out barely. Oh no, he's gonna stick around actually. He said, you know what? No, I've got built-in.
He's got the set passive, you know, when
yeah.
you're lower HP. It's like similar to Garen passive. You know, he'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the wave's in a good state. You know, it's you know, halfway in the top lane, so he can wait around.
Right.
I think he might. Yeah, it looks like he's going in the brush to maybe try and get a kill on Mundo.
Okay. And the Hex Dragon is up. Oh yeah, they're starting this immediately. Yeah, Donkey Punch is just not wasting any time whatsoever. Blingo, getting ran down again. Luckily the passive is up to block the pull in.
He still had flash. He was fine. So they're just gonna get the second dragon for the side of Blingo.
And it is another Cloud Soul. Great, I'm looking forward to that. Oh,
Blingo,
great job hitting the Q. And the cease and desist is going to land as well. Follow up from Shroud. Oh, great job, the Polymorph and the ulti coming in from Wendy's Janitor. Low Phoenix is getting real low. One more auto attack is all it takes, but no, the heal's going to go ahead and come in clutch. Double kill comes on over to Shroud Abuser. Is he going to pick up a third one here? Saika picking up a lot of the aggro, and two clones picking up the kill. 3 for 0.
Dirty.
On the side of Donkey Punch. That was a great tower dive. Great execution there overall.
Yeah, this is looking kind of close to a 2-0. I mean, because the thing is, it's now 6-0. They're down 4k gold. Probably first tower is coming pretty soon. Mid tower only has 2 plates left. Vex probably not going to be able to do too much. You know, if they send three champs mid. Really tough, you know, all the CS is pretty much on the side of Donkey Punch outside of this bot lane, but the thing is, Misfortune also 1-0-2, 2 kills on both jungle and mid. You know, it's kind of where you want them. You want this Vi to be fed early so that Will Phoenix is able to do what he's been doing this whole game and just gank constantly. Gonna get that probably first mythic for both mid and jungle, so they're just gonna steamroll this game so far. Really liking how Donkey Punch is playing this game. Definitely more in control early than they were last game.
Agreed, very nice. Vex is gonna go ahead and dive in, does the full combo. It's not gonna be enough though. The Ignite's gonna go off as well, just in case. He is gonna run right into Russian support. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and steal the kill. Unfortunately, he waited a little bit too long, doesn't matter. Shroud Abuser does go down to African Expert. I don't know why he waited. I know it's like, I'm one of those people that's just like, unless you can clearly tell I'm about to get this kill, like, do not take it. But I don't know what you know that Silas is gonna go ahead and get it healthy if he hits you enough times. So just take it.
Yeah,
You know?
I was waiting for that W on the. Yeah, he was waiting for that W to go back in on African, but Russian was, you know, Serpent was in there waiting in the wings, so not able to do anything. Able to do as much as he can for his mid laner. First kill for EBK onto the Vex. You know, Vex probably going to be the saving grace a little bit. She does have a good amount of burst, so there's not really any tanks on the side of EBK. So if Vex and Jinx are able to blow up one champion, I think they have a chance. You know, if Donkey Punch gets a little too swifty, a little too greedy, they can blow someone up if they try and do too much. You know, say like if the Vi or the Silas goes in too far, but Set just Carbon throwing down the haymakers.
That is a very scary set right there. He only has the Blade of the Ruined King, so a great first item, by the way, going into the Dr. Mundo. So great pick. But That is just not good for Blingo. He isn't that far behind in CS, but you know, as time moves forward, I think Blingo is going to be a huge asset. But right now, this 1v1 in lane looking a little bit rough. Oh, here we go. He's going to go get dove underneath tower. He's going to go ahead and engage. Oh, the showstopper's going to land as well. Doesn't get the kill, though, unfortunately. It gets slowed underneath tower. Blingo is getting minion blocked, unfortunately, by some minion shadow abuser. Great job. Does steal the ulti from Blingo as well, so it's going to be super tanky. He's going to dive underneath tower. Carbon's going to go ahead and follow up as well. Pulls him in and gets the nice kill underneath tower. Kill goes on over to Carbon. Wow. Like, they're just communicating super well. These tower dives, like, time and time again, are very effective. Psycho also going to be landing great binding, mixing it in with the ulti cease and assist to follow up Lil Phoenix, picking up the kill onto African Expert. What a just incredible showcase right now for game number 2. They got beat game number, I'm sorry, they won in game number 1 just by doing backdoor tactics. But game number 2, they said, we're coming straight at you. We're not doing any, you know, backdoor shenanigans this game. We're going to win straight up, and they are performing amazingly.
Yeah, I mean, the set's just doing so well. Lil Phoenix has had amazing ganks all game. I can see why they don't want Psycho to have the Morgana. Carbon going back in against Serpent.
Yep, right into Russian Serpent, Dr. Deepfinger, and Wendy's Janitor. Wow, great job from Carbon to go ahead and make them all back up. I mean, I know they tried to get the 3v1, but that wasn't even enough to take on the set. The mighty set here from top lane. That is just insane. Shelly's going to go ahead and take down the mid lane tier 1 tower, making her way to tier 2. So great, 2 procs going to be used off Shelly. That's, you couldn't ask for anything better. 1 is great, but 2 is just like, wow, that is...
Especially when the whole team is there, too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're not able to
make
stop
the way to Dragon.
either.
Nope.
Yeah, they just run a Dragon.
Run
And
the
that's
Dragon,
what I think
Dragon
EBK should have done last game. You know, when they got that mid tower, they should have run straight to Dragon because they have that priority. They can get the vision, and that's exactly what EBK should have done last game because they got the Dragon so easy. I mean,
no, 2 clones is going to go ahead and face check the push. Unfortunately, Russian Serpent isn't going to go ahead and do anything. Bullet time lands fantastically. Psycho's going to go ahead and flash onto the back line, lands the ulti on Wendy's Janitor and on Jinx. Jinx is going to go ahead and use the cleanse, unfortunately. Vex is going to ulti into the middle of them. Does pop ultimate, Psycho does. Shroud and Lil Phoenix are trying to focus down Blingo, but Blingo is way too tanky. Dr. Deepfinger holding on by just a barely of a thread, sitting in the back line, trying to lay down suppressive fire, but does have to back. Great job. No, 2 deaths on the side of EBK, unfortunately, in that trade, but Donkey Punch is holding on. Like, they are not giving up anything. Only 1 kill this game.
Holding on. They have this game by the balls. They're doing more than holding on.
I mean, it's only like a house
everything.
of cards. Like, if you give up a bunch of, you know, gold, shutdown gold, if you give up some of these towers, the game can very easily sway into the other team's favor. That is 100% capable of happening. We've seen it a lot. You know, there's a lot of mental resets that happen here in Team Gap alone. But, you know, League made this game mode like this because, you know, they wanted to make it a little bit more exciting for the underdog teams. And, you know, if EBK can just breathe for a little bit, focus on objectives, get this team gold, and, you know, they have the Jinx still, you know, they have a great front line between Mundo and Sejuani, like, they can pull this off, but it is looking really good.
Yeah, I know you're playing devil's advocate here, but they're 6k gold down at 19 minutes. Donkey Punch is at soul point. Soul Drag, or for them at least, is going to be up in 3 minutes. Dragon spawning in a minute. The lanes, the kills, everything is going to the side of Donkey Punch. And this time they do have the team comp that really excels in team fights in that 5 vs 5. So they can kind of do what they want, because it's not like last game where EBK could have that side lane. They really don't, though. They're pretty much getting bled dry at the moment because there's not really much they can do. Mundo can't sit on the side wave. Vex definitely can't. She does not have the wave clear and also doesn't have teleport. And also
Psycho's planning a really good binding, though.
Yeah, Psycho doing really well in this Morgana so far. Russian trying to do something.
Oh, here we go. Glacial Prison's going to go and land on Psycho. Psycho forces Zonya's misses 2 really big ultimates, unfortunately. Carbon teleporting in for some support. Is he going to keep on going? No, he's going to back off there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. I'll take Sejuani ult for the teleport. You know, they take the teleport out of set, so they're not going to be doing as much at the moment. He can't just sit in the sideways.
Oh, another really good
gonna go back in,
The
though.
whole time's gonna go in and land as well. Two clones is gonna pick up one of the kills. Wendy's barely gets out, and they do take down the mid-tier 2 tower. Let's see if they're gonna either go for Baron. I think they should just move on to Baron right now, or they're gonna go right for bottom tier 2 tower. Very nice. Okay, so they're just gonna make their way. They know that they're a strong team. You know, after next we're down at the moment. Carbon. I was gonna say might get picked off by Blingo here, but no. Spell shield is coming in quite handy at the moment.
Yeah, Mundo is pretty annoying with his cleavers, no matter how underfed he is.
True.
His cleavers are still very annoying. Carbon just gonna dodge him out though, doesn't really care.
Or he could just tank him to the face, still doesn't care.
Pretty, yeah. I'm pretty sure Blingo's just been an NPC for him all the entire series, pretty much.
Ooh, Shadow Abuser actually going to go ahead and catch out Wendy's Janitor here. He's going to go ahead and get pulled in by Carbon and taken down quite easily. Cease and Desist is going to be used on African Expert. Flash back, though, because they got pretty low, not going to lie. Carbon trying to run down the Lulu, but cannot catch up to that. She's too quick. Plus, she has, you know, polymorph and everything underneath tower. You have a big shutdown. Totally not worth it.
Yeah, Lulu tried to say, "Sir, this is a Wendy's," but I think Donkey Punch didn't care. They were gonna get their curly fries no matter what. But or their excuse me, the 4x4. They were gonna come in and get their 4x4 and get out.
Yeah.
Killed the janitor. So unfortunate. Drag's about to be up, and I don't think that EBK is going to be able to contest, especially now that Mundo is burning ult.
Oof, yeah.
Not going to have that for the fight.
You could just teleport to top lane if you wanted to.
Yeah, pretty much all the summoners and ultimates are up for Donkey Punch.
Oh no, here we go. The Showmaker's going to go ahead and use Carbon. It's kind of be caught out a little bit though. The rest of the team hasn't followed up. Ult time's going to be a little bit too late here. Shadow Abuser's going to go ahead and use Vex's ulti, but I don't know who's going to follow up with him. Gonna quickly get on out of there. Learn from last game that you definitely don't want to dive without the remainder of your team. They are gonna pick up the last dragon. It's gonna be a Cloud Soul for the side of Donkey Punch at 22 minutes. That's a really good, effective soul to have at 22 minutes. I mean, you're gonna shut down, or not shut down. You're gonna lower the cooldown on Showstopper, Cease and Desist. You know, I don't remember what Silas's thing is. Hijack. Wow, that's easy. I don't know. I didn't remember that hijack. Yeah, it's a really good look.
Give you benefit out
for Donkey Punch here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really like the kill distribution for Donkey Punch right now.
No.
Never mind. It's about to get
Dr. Deepfinger, yeah, he's getting caught out. He's just face checking every bush this game, absolutely no doubt whatsoever. And unfortunately, Wendy's Janitor is just gonna get a binding. I was gonna say they didn't move or anything, so I thought they may have disconnected. I think we may see a pause here in a moment.
Possible. I mean, I was gonna say I liked the kill distribution for Donkey Punch. You know, everyone outside of Psych Out had 3 kills. You know, having 25% of the kill distribution across the board. But then Little Phoenix had to mess it up and go get a kill. Have 4 of the 13 kills. Messing up my percentages, man. What the heck?
Yeah, it is one of those things, but I mean,
so
007
it's beautiful
on Psych Out. I love that.
Ooh, love to see it.
So no more assists, deaths, or anything for Psych Out for remainder of game. Hang out in Fountain. Your team does not need
please. You. Yep, you're done. You're done.
You're done. You're done. But no, they are gonna pick up the Baron
now. Yeah, and they have Soul. They have Baron. Most likely Elder in 4 minutes, if that even happens. I think they're just gonna run down mid and just. I mean, they're doing the 1-3-1, even though they have the perfect 5 vs 5, because they can. They have Baron. It doesn't matter. Set can kill Mundo. Nobody can kill Silas. So.
I mean, those autos are just deadly. Russian Serpent, though, making his way to top lane. Carbon, Tamara, we've seen him go ahead and do the 3v1 before, but can he handle a 5v1 situation? Everyone making his way up there. Shut down on over to Belingo. Great job. I didn't think they would actually give it up, but they do have teleport available. Belingo's going to go ahead and make his way to bot lane, as well as Shadow Abuser trying to take down that mid-tier 2 tower. They are going to do it. They have Baron to back them up. So, yeah, they just needed a little bit more there. And Belingo's going to go ahead and get surrounded, but he does have that a little passive available. Little
This
Phoenix
hover's
getting
high.
caught out. Unfortunately, doesn't have Chrono Break or anything. I'm sorry, that was the last game. That was Echo. A double kill now on over. There's going to be 4 members down. Huge
game.
for
That's
Donkey
game.
Punch. Yeah, and this looks like this might be the ending of game number 2 and the end of the series, possibly. Cease and desist used on African Expert. An ace on over to Shroud Abuser. Yeah, with the Baron, this looks like this is going to be the end of the series. 2-0 for the side of Donkey Punch. 18-2. What a closeout. 25 minutes. That's pretty good. You know, that's a very early closeout. They have the Baron. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more flawless game here. 3 members didn't die on the side of Donkey Punch.
Yeah, report your solo laners. They each have 1 death. How dare they? The audacity.
I know.
Not a perfect game, man.
Not
Well,
perfect indeed.
I'm also 2-0 in predictions for once. So
Hey.
Mustard
very
Cat,
nice.
don't hate me because you got your points. I was correct.
Excellent. Well, I mean,
Not
hey,
sorry.
a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, you know what I mean?
Every once in
So,
a while, like Scrat from Ice Age, you know, we
yeah,
we
he never
eventually
gets
get
it
the nut.
though. Does he? I don't think
I
so.
think eventually. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I feel like there's like 8 different Ice Age movies, so I'm sure he got it eventually.
Well, that's true. Oh, I just exited out. I'm so dumb, so I didn't even get to see the remainder of the stats there, but that's okay. But
Oh, you're
very
good.
nice
It was
for
18-2 and 31 for the side of Donkey Punch. Yeah, three members, Lil Phoenix, 2 clones, and Psych Out. Did not die. Perfect game for them. Lots of like just the gold difference was massive. It was let's see.
who was your
Uh,
MVP?
I'm gonna have to give it to Carbon, to be honest. I mean, he looked
Yeah,
really good on the set in game 2, but uh, really like I mean the first game was pretty much all him. I mean they only won because of the side lane, and Shroud did pretty good in the side lane, but it wasn't near.
right.
Carbon literally ended the game by himself, and I think that's just enough to give him the MVP, like the Expeke. Like yeah, if like someone else did exceptionally well the second game, like
hmm
over if they did more exceptional than the rest of the team, then like you could maybe have like an argument, but every single member of Donkey Punch the second game did exceptional. So like I guess we could give all of them the MVP for the second game because they all played amazing. But if we're
You
talking for a series, then I would give it to Carbon just based on 2 games. For 2 games, I
true.
would give it to Carbon.
Okay. Well, they did play very well as a team. This is a very difficult MVP decision as well. I would personally go. Yeah, it's difficult between Carbon and Psych Out for me personally. I think Psych
Yeah.
Out did a phenomenal job on the Karma
hmm
there in game number 1, and then game number 2. Who did they pick up? It was Morgana. So landing a
Yes.
bunch of bindings, the spell shields were absolutely amazing. It's going to be difficult, but I think if I do have to give my vote. I'm actually gonna go with the support. I don't think we don't give enough support praise personally.
Yeah,
Uh,
support praise.
we did have an MVP support yesterday, though I believe in the VCL if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, that was the final results. Yeah. So we do have a little bit of love for the supports, but I'd like to see more love. But it looks like
Yeah,
Shroud
and
is currently
Shroud is
ahead.
winning out right now, which I mean,
Very
amazing
nice.
Silas game. He was
And
dirty
Rise.
on that. Yeah, well, I was talking about more. We just saw the Silas game, but yeah, he was
Oh,
doing a lot of
true.
work at the Rise as well. Um, was also paramount in them winning, playing the side lane. This game dominating the Vex and just doing. I wish I could look at the damage charts, but they're currently bugged. I don't know if any of y'all in the chat have tried to look at damage charts, but they don't work. So I'm just gonna guess there was a very long bar for the Silas. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, he pretty much made the second game look super easy on the Silas. And honestly, like Lil Phoenix and him were just destroying this mid lane. Like African Expert literally was absolutely useless that entire game because the ganks coming out from Lil Phoenix and just the synergy that they had when they were going in on him was just absolutely exceptional. But
Using her own ulti against her as well. Like that was like just really unfortunate. That's another good part about Silas is that you give the opponent a taste of their own medicine with their own ultis. And Vex just did not like that. The lockdown was definitely not what you needed going into the Vi, and everybody else that they had on their team, and Jinx just being able to do whatever Jinx want, or I'm sorry, Misfortune from afar, being able to do whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
It was just a phenomenal job overall.
And Set actually did the most damage with 15,000. Thank you,
Ah,
Rob Dog in chat.
very
15K
nice.
on Set,
So Carbon.
only 11,000 on the Silas, 14K on MF. So a lot of damage coming out from 2 clones as well. I guess kind of a unsung hero.
Okay, okay. Very nice. So Shroud, the mid lane, is going to go ahead and take the MVP
Yep.
here for week 4, or I'm sorry, round 4, Division 1 in the EBK versus Donkey Punch. Congratulations to
Yeah,
Shroud.
get him in
Woo!
here.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah.
Woo!
Our lovely producer will go ahead and drag him in here and we'll give him a nice
Yes.
interview. Much, much deserved.
On the interwebs. Yes, welcome, my
Yo,
man Shroud.
hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing great. That was a very exciting series.
It was. I mean, congratulations on being tonight's MVP. For you guys, Donkey Punch, you guys are definitely set up in a really, really good position. Getting the 2-0 actually puts you now above counter target spell. It was their bye week this week, so they get those 2 free points, so that puts them at 9. But now you went right above them at 10, so you are sitting pretty. And who are you? In regards to tonight's match, who were you like most fearful of? Going into today's match.
For their team, it was their ADC. They were a very good
Mm,
Vayne player, it looks like. And a lot of their
Mhm.
games that were like stomps, it was he just took over the game. And I think, yeah, they won a game when he stomped, and the other game, the whole team played really well. So we were focusing on the bot lane this game.
Mhm.
Okay, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it definitely paid off. I mean, Jin wasn't as effective as he could have been in game number 1, in game number 2 as well. Following up with the Jinx, was no, no, I'm sorry, it was Jinx both times, was it not? Yeah, you guys shut them down,
Yep.
Jinx both times, which is kind of disgusting because she is super high up in the meta right now. S plus tier, and being able to shut her down 2 games in a row, great job. But the moves from game number 1, your ultimates were hilarious. It's like you would do a little bit of damage and then you're just like, all right, peace, and then you just got right on out of there. But like, was that just what you guys wanted to do? Was just attrition, like a game of attrition, just game number 1, just keep on slowing them down, or just willing them down, backing off, willing them down, backing off, because you knew you didn't have that 5v5?
Yeah, once the game got pretty later, and we knew the 5v5 was going to be very hard for us. And Carbon was
Mm,
very hard to stop on that side split. And so we were just
yeah.
like bouncing back and forth, trying to get them to pick a spot, and then we'd take whatever we could.
That is true. That is true. Primus,
Yeah,
what
when it
question
comes
you
to
got?
Carbon, I've heard that like he's kind of like a good carry for y'all. It's someone you rely on when it comes to the dubs. When it was during draft and you saw, you're starting to see that 5 vs 5 coming from EBK. Did you know that you needed like the Kled and the Rise for the sideways? And you're just kind of were you gonna play that from the beginning? Like, did you already think of that when you saw it draft? And as you were seeing the game progress, like how did you go about that?
So when we saw the draft right away, we were hoping for Vigar. Vigar is so strong
Mhm.
right now. I know you guys are saying
Mm,
Victor is strong, but Vigar is, I feel like, one of the best mid laners right
Oh,
now.
we've seen it. Don't worry.
And so when he got banned out, we instantly had backup ideas, knowing that they've been playing mainly Corki and Victor. So
mm,
I know that I'm fine with Rise, and then Carbon. We gave him counter pick, and he felt that Kled could do a really good job with engaging, and if we weren't fighting, he could split pretty hard. And he rushed the Hull Breaker, which really helped us in the side lanes. And I like Rise in the side lane as well because I have TP to get back to a fight, or I can use my R, as you guys would say. I'd get a little chip damage and R back right away.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it a couple times. I remember one ultimate, you were just like, "Oh no, no, no!" And you like kind of like ran around. It was like by that dragon pit. You just kind of like ran in circles and got out. That
Yep.
was hilarious. So good on you for that. But yeah, no, exceptional second game. But yeah, that first game was a little tough for y'all. But you ended up getting the expect a Kled end. So
It was
congrats on
so
that
he
hype.
one
was
We were
there.
going crazy in the call. The first attempt that we did when they had Orin TP, and I just
Oh,
ran
I
past
know.
half their
Yeah,
teammates to cancel TP. Then I TP down. We were hoping to get end
Oh
there.
my, yeah,
It
that
was
was.
so crazy.
I think you got
that
the
was a great
Nexus down
ending.
to like 25 or the Nexus turret down to like 25% HP, and then Carbon had to scoodle on out of there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, no,
it was a very fun game. We were all hyped up the whole game, and then it just gave us so much momentum for the second game.
Oh,
Yeah, I
you
think that
carried
really,
it.
really helped y'all that second game was winning that close game, the first one. That momentum definitely seemed to help y'all. So, was there anything like in like 'cause I think your bands kind of stayed the same. Was there anything like you were kind of looking out for? Like what changed your picks for the second game, like in going into draft?
Honestly, the only thing that really changed our picks was what they were banning against us. Because the
Mhm.
first game they banned out what Akali, Bygar, and Morgana, and
Right.
we saw they instantly banned. We knew the Kled ban was coming, so we knew they were going to open up one of those 3 picks, and so we
Mhm.
played
Mhm.
around that, and they left Morgana open, so we knew that we had that bot lane, which they picked up like Lulu counter pick, so we were fine with that.
Mhm.
But let's see, they went with the Vex, and with the Vex, we knew that it was going to be not as much as a control mage like the Victor, so we could play a little bit more
Right.
aggressive with the Vi and Silas mid.
Mhm.
Yeah, which we definitely talked about in that pre-draft or pre-game. You know, we kind of saw the aggressive picks coming out for y'all, a lot more damage, a lot more team fight. You know, I was excited to see that, and it definitely worked out for y'all going 18-2. But
Yeah.
Rylionn, you have any other questions?
No, I mean, other than, you guys get to rest next week, so you get your bye week next week, so congratulations on that. Get to just
Yes.
chill.
Well needed.
Uh, yeah, so you're, thank goodness, right? You don't have to worry about, the stress of streaming or anything. But moving forward, to the back end of the split here, before the playoffs begin, who are you least looking forward to facing, to either finish out the series here?
I wouldn't say there's anyone I'm least looking forward to. I'm very excited to go against sitting on top, sitting on awards. I got a couple
Oh,
friends on
Yeah.
that team. I know they're a strong team, and I feel like our
okay.
team's pretty strong too. So it's gonna be. I hope we get a little bit of a rivalry out of it.
Okay. Yeah, and that's actually going to be
Hey, we love the
round
rivalries.
round
March
7, so March
17th, I think, is the
17th.
date.
Yep.
Yep.
You've got that marked down.
I
You're like,
know
"Oh,
it.
I
I
know."
got it marked down.
I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations once again. 2-0 victory tonight versus EBK and being tonight's MVP. Great job, great synergy. You guys are a
Yep.
definite force to be reckoned with, as you can clearly tell, being in the top of the leaderboards right now. So great job. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and say adieu. We do have a game set up for tomorrow. Wookie, do we have a definite plan as to who we are gonna be Sniper Game versus X Rising? Okay, very nice. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Not sure who's going to be casting yet, but do tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much to Wookie and to Primus for joining us. It's always a pleasure casting with you both. Primus, anything you have to say? Any shout outs or anything?
Shout out to myself for actually predicting both games. Absolutely unheard of. I'm
You're
broken
welcome.
as a caster. That was all me. So
Give that Kanye farewell, but you guys have a very wonderful rest of your evening. We will catch you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.
deuces.